Billy, that's you? Billy, that's you?
First, I do care about the turtles, and I do not like straws because of that, sure.
I'm a straw. I love a good straw. I love sucking on shit. Not dicks or anything. Nothing
115 10.
Nothing homosexual.
1-3
That
2019.
makes sense.
Okay. That's
right.
gonna be in the opening video. Oh my god, bro. There is no one like you. You are...
But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' hand he'll give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump they will not criticize. Still question bomber like my nigga lied. White girls boosting so my dick can ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they sold that, show it. I swear my flow how potent, how these hoes got open. And you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm one of your 7 victim hells free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses, but I give the masses. My whole arm, there are no walls. I ain't kissing asses, the shit, and I don't starve. Don't starve. She ain't bars, the end, and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby, like babies, why they didn't need enough to drive. Horsepower, is speed punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning, ain't me like Jesus functions. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan wannabe, I eat a peanut buzzing. Fuck your family, they ugly. You can keep your your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is about an hour and I need 100. I see your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beaming bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold if God calls.
Hello, Creighton. God
Hello, Joe.
damn, we do need to clean up the
I
desk.
told you, there's a bunch
Desk
of
is
shit
dirty.
just all in the way.
Wait a second. Hello.
And I
there
fucking,
we go. And now I can hear you.
I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
It's making you feel claustrophobic. I
Um,
like Kristen though. Kristen's pretty cool.
she's okay. There we go. And then do this. Oh, here we go. I'm getting it together.
What is
I'm
it?
getting it together.
Did you get the Streamlabs fix?
No.
Big surprise.
I think I'm just gonna never get that fixed now.
Yeah, no, you're just a loser.
Yes.
A loser.
Hey, Creighton.
Hey, Charlie.
You know today's the last day of. Oh wait, no, it's not. Fuck. We started after August. It's September. Happy September.
Yeah.
And the weather on August 31st was 68 degrees.
You said it's been
Cloudy.
6 days since we've done one, but that math just doesn't add up.
The last one we did was Tuesday. Today's Monday.
Yeah, but I'm talking about date-wise. Like, the last one we did was not a Monday.
The last one we did was a Tuesday. Today
Huh.
is Monday, I said.
Well, this still doesn't add up date-wise because I've got written down here August 27th, and today, September 1st.
Well, it's only September 1st because it's been
So,
September 1st for 15 minutes.
Technically speaking, it's only been 4 days.
It's been 7 days.
Or 5 days at the most.
7 days.
7 days?
The internet is gone already.
Damn.
Yes, if it's September 1st, then it's been 7 days, not 5 days.
But the last one was the 27th. That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean the last one? The last one wasn't on the 27th.
It was on 26th. Or
Then why would you say
26th into the 27th, so it's either 4 or 5 days.
The last one we did was on Tuesday.
Yeah, which was the 26th or the 27th. So it's been. I mean,
Unless
you're right.
unless it was
weekday,
unless it was after 12 when the show started, so you
you're-
put
but
26
still,
and the
that's only
27th.
5 days though.
Oh my God, there's an easy way to figure this out.
But you see what I'm saying? Like weekday, you're right. Like your math should make sense. But as I'm looking at the dates,
No,
that I
the
have
last one
written
we
down,
wouldn't have been the 26th going into the 27th. That was a Wednesday.
If I'm,
That was a Wednesday going into Thursday. It would have been 25th going into 26th. 25th was the Tuesday.
did we
26th
miss
was the
Tuesday
Wednesday.
and do Wednesday?
No,
That's
you just wrote it wrong. You probably wrote it wrong, thinking that we probably started after midnight, and you probably wrote it as
so
the
the
date.
27th would have been Wednesday.
No, the 27th would have been a Thursday. The 26th was a Wednesday.
What was Monday then?
Monday was the 31st. Yesterday was Monday. Are you talking about last Monday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Last Monday would have been the 23rd.
Are we sure?
Monday. No, 24th. It would have been the 24th.
Okay.
Well, podcast is off to a good start with the internet dying on us. Oh, wait, wrong screen. Pull that over here. But, you know, YouTube premium content. Here we go.
Take a picture of your feet.
I'm going to save the weather for the stream and finish saying the weather when the stream comes back. But a lot happened in the days that we were gone.
I'm sad.
I'm also sad. I think the world is just sad right now, grieving. Chadwick Boseman. You know what? Actually, I'm going to save this as well for the podcast
Well, what
to
are we
let
gonna
people
talk about?
what can we talk about that's premium content? Food Line story. Do you have like a fast Food Line story?
No.
Nothing? Nothing has happened at Food Line in 5 days,
been
6 days.
Hell.
But nothing's happened? Nothing
No,
noteworthy?
Nothing really. That's kind of why. I don't know. It's just been bad.
You've just been like in a sad, bored, but also just devastated
Well,
mood.
is people. So what it is? People keep fucking calling out, right?
Mhm.
Sunday and Saturday were great.
It is summertime.
No, that's no. The rest of the summer's been great.
No. Never mind. Good.
Saturday and Sunday were great. Were amazing. Every other day has been hell. Just 'cause people call out for dumb reasons, and
What's a
then
dumb reason?
they just don't. They either don't show up and don't give us a reason, or they're like, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, my body's sore.
I mean, depending on the severity of those claims, that's not a dumb reason. Depending on the severity. Like, not showing up is a bad reason. like just not
It's
showing up.
not a good reason. I mean,
Being very sick is a pretty good reason,
That's,
especially in the middle of a pandemic.
I mean, if
That's a pretty plausible
they're
reason.
not sick though, they come back in the next day and they're fine. It's obviously
So
either
sick to you, you have
it's
to be out for
something-
days.
it's something they can work through. You know what I mean? I've had to work through shitty stuff before.
Not everyone can work through shitty stuff like that. You're a big person. You can handle a lot more to your body than
I'm
little people can.
Worked with smaller people who've worked through shittier stuff.
I'm sure you
before.
have.
I've
Case by
had
case basis,
I've-
bodies are weak. Some
I've
people can't
had-
handle anything.
Women that were pregnant, like, you know, have to deal with morning sickness and everything. And
They have to
fucking
work for the
stay on
they
their
have to work
register,
for the
you know?
future of their child.
But I've also had pregnant women that call out.
I'm
at the
gonna
first sign of
I'm gonna
trouble.
assume something. Are most of these people taking this time off younger people? Most. I'm not saying is there
Like,
one
what,
old
what
guy,
are
but
you
I mean
defining as young?
like
like
our
a-
age or younger.
I think there's like one, maybe. These are older people.
They're all older people?
Yeah, that's what.
Do they have other jobs?
No,
None of them have other
Yeah.
jobs?
no.
Do you know where
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I think it, but like, me and my other manager were talking about today, and it's crazy to me because it's like, how are you able to afford to miss these days? You know what I mean? As far as like money wise, because they number one they make less than we do,
Yeah.
and they don't work as many hours as we do.
Well, they might have other jobs. Some people might have other jobs or live in a place where they
Was-
have multiple roommates.
See, like, but he would know though, the manager that I'm talking about, because they have to let us know so that way we can, or they have to let him know so that way whenever they're making the schedule, they don't schedule them around their other jobs. And the people he was talking about specifically,
Well,
he's
can't you just say
certain
I
that they
can't
don't.
work certain days and they work the schedule around like that? They don't have to say they're at another job.
But
specifically.
most of the time
That
they
was
have to
loud.
give like a reason, or else they're like, no, we're denying your request to change your schedule
Well, it's not about changing. It's like in the
or
beginning.
change your availability. I mean,
That's what I mean. Like if at the beginning of a job, like let's say you get hired on, if you say I can work but I'm not able to work these days.
you have to give a reason.
I
Or we
didn't-
we ask for a reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what if they don't? What if you get the job and you're just like a great Food Line employee, but they don't have a reason? They're just like, listen, I just can't work Saturdays and Sundays. You have me 5 days of the week, but I can't work these other two. Like-
Then
like, what
most
if
of
they
the
were-
time it's gonna wind up in either you getting demoted or just getting less hours.
And what if they don't care about that? What I'm saying is these people that don't have the pay or the hours anyway, and you're confused about, maybe they just have a side gig that they make more money on. Because
Yeah,
nowadays, especially in big cities, most people's real job, the one they're pursuing, doesn't pay the money they make. A lot
Yeah.
of them have stuff like Uber or Lyft that pay them way more than their normal job, and it's because it's a gig job. And sometimes they have to call out their normal job
I
to
mean,
be able to go back to their normal job.
I get that.
Like, in
But
terms
I
of
don't
making
think
enough
these,
money to continue.
not specifically the ones that we were talking
Well, then they might
about
just be
don't.
losers.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
I don't understand. There's so many of them, and I'm like,
Well, we live in a pretty
well, the thing is,
Shitty
before
town.
it was great. Like we had like the A team in there. You know what I mean? Like it was great. And now it's just like, I mean, we had out of probably 25 new hires. Charlie, are we back?
well, yes and no. We came back for a second according to Flint, and then we're no longer live. So hold on, let me see. Okay, we're streaming. Sorry, guys. Sorry, people listening to the story on YouTube. We are just trying to
Yeah.
make sure the stream is here.
Out of 25 new hires, Charlie,
There we go.
we've had one, maybe two, that are like really, really good. That I'm like, yes, they have a future at this job, and the rest have just been like, just not
From what I saw in
not-
high school, that checks out.
not like dumb, but just like they have no drive to want to do
Yeah, that's-
better either. You know, what I mean?
Welcome to our generation, my friend. Like,
I don't get it. Like, and don't say it's our generation thing, because there's people that I was working with before that were younger or the same age as me, or even like maybe 1 or 2 years older
there's
that
definitely
had to-
outliers.
that had to drive. That were, but I mean, out of a whole front end, I mean, you're talking about, like I said, about 30, 40 people at the most in there, and all of them were
A
doing
lot of
great.
people just want money. A lot of people don't want to work for their money.
And I
a
mean-
lot of
and
people.
I mean, like they're rude to customers.
Yeah, people don't take
don't-
shit. They look. People generally are more prideful. There's a reason there's only so many successful people in this world.
Mhm.
Like truly successful, not like, I'm a manager at my McDonald's. I'm a fucking legend. Like, not that. That's not success. I mean, like, started, like, went from the ground up wherever they started working, got up quick. People who really want to do good at their job and get higher in what they're doing to move on to bigger, greater things. There's not a lot of successful people because there's not a lot of people willing to compromise with anything. There aren't people that are willing to listen to some old lady talk while she's getting her groceries scanned and, like, hear her story for the minute and a half she's there because they just don't want to. But if you do that, you come off as cool to that lady. You're still doing your job. She might call and say, this guy's awesome. And all of a sudden, like, your superiors see you as a nice, warm-hearted person who's working for them, doing their job, nice to customers. You're already in the running. You know what I mean? You're already ahead. Like, if that's the thing, if everybody comes into a job, 20 people, and 2 of them are nice to customers, they're already ahead. Because if you're all coming into a new job, it's not like you're doing anything unbelievably important yet, I mean, like, every little thing that you do in a job, whether it's bagging groceries or cleaning cars or running fucking taxes, like, every little thing you do helps you have a better job. And that's why you're good at your job. It's because you're a nice, friendly person who, like, gives a shit and wants to get your job done. And that's why you got hired on. That's why you got promoted as quickly as you did. I mean, you're not, the head of fucking the East Coast Food Line or anything, but you're not a fucking bag boy either. You know what I mean? Like, you've been there, 2 years? Yeah, I mean, it's like you're not like a fucking businessman yet, but you're, like, doing your job like people are supposed to. But that's because you grew up in a family and in a place where that was taught to you. Some people just don't have that. Some people don't have the discipline around, like, set up around them. People don't have families who, like, tell them, hey, if you don't, I don't know a good analogy for this. Like,
Be good to people.
if you don't be good to people, or if you don't work on your car, if you don't make your payments, you don't get your fucking car. You know what I mean? Like, some people just think everything is entitled to them. A lot of people, and that's what I mean by our generation. Our generation is the most entitled generation ever. And there are outliers. I've met 50-year-old people who think they're entitled to everything. I've met 70 people who think they're entitled to everything. But I've met few people in our generation that don't think they're entitled to some kind of amazing shit in their life. Half the people in our generation think they're just going to be famous or they're just going to make all this money one day. Like, they just plan on, I'm going to get my shit together. It's all going to click in one day and I'll make all my money in one day. Hey, Buster, here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to make all your money in one day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year of your life. You got to grind. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? I've only had one real job in my life, and that was Learn TV. All the other shit I've done has been grinding, doing back, like, side gigs. Whether that's building a porch, fixing a car, mowing lawns, climbing in trees and cutting down branches, dealing poker. Like, all that shit is just because it's easier, better money for me to make. Granted, one of those things really is only easier, better money. The rest of those things are just extra money. And then other stuff, I mean, people aren't willing to work hard. I don't like getting a normal job because I got spoiled from a young age and had a job that paid better. And in that lane, that's the only reason that I don't go get a real normal job is because I have a job that is better than a real normal job for me.
I'm just tired.
And you're tired because you work for real, and these people who you're working with aren't.
And I'm having to pick up the slack.
No one helps pick up the slack, and that's what sucks.
Yeah.
But sadly, and I say this as someone who is definitely much less worked in that sense, you just got to work through it. Like, for me, I've dealt 26-hour games before.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just got to, and I was the only dealer.
I'd-
Like, you have to push through. You, sadly, it's not the same story. I work 2 days, sometimes 3 days a week. You work like 5-6 days a week minimum.
I'm just like, it's just such a negative energy in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's a real job. It's a real place.
Well, no. I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, you get all these people in there that, like what you said, feel entitled, don't do their best at the job and everything like that. And it becomes like a negative energy. And it's affecting people that have been there in the long run, too. You know what I mean? We had somebody who's been there for 4 years today just walk out. Like, didn't, like,
Well,
tell
imagine-
anybody, just left. and potentially could get fired because of that.
What is their position?
They are one of our customer leads, who's like amazing, like as a customer lead, and it like.
Well, do you think that they'll get fired?
It depends on how they handle it, how that person approaches it. If they come and talk to our manager, I don't think so.
Well, what about
But
say this?
what?
What if you, not to say this person did, but what if you just hit a breaking point one day and that happens to you? I mean, would you be willing to like defend yourself in the case of you just lost your temper and couldn't handle it, and there's no time to punch your card or talk to a manager? It's just I can't be in this building. I mean, some people that happens to people. I mean, with all intents and purpose, like it's a job at Food Line.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're walking out of the CEO's office or anything. Sometimes I think that humanity gets called in. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people just get it. Sometimes it's like, you know what? You just broke up a fight between two old ladies. One of them had a heart attack in front of you and died and shit herself when she died. like if crazy shit happens, and I'm not saying that's what happened, but like if something happens, sometimes
Exceptions to rules.
exactly. Like what happened in this case with this guy?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Have they not? Is it a guy or girl?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, has this person
'Cause
said?
it's somebody
or-
we know.
Okay. Well, has this person said what happened?
Sort of, because I asked that person about it, because I got called in early because of it, and I was just curious. I was like, hey, are you all right? And they told me sort of what happened. And essentially what it was is like what I was talking about is like,
No one's there.
it was already a rough day, and then like people just started calling out like 4 call outs within the first 5 hours of it being open, leaving it to where there was just 2 cashiers up there until 3 or 4,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was not a good
Excuse me.
situation, and that
Well, in
person
that-
was like, I'm just not doing it today, and left, making it worse on everybody else
In that case, though,
because of their position.
because of their position and because of what had happened, like you kind of get it. Like I do.
You
Objectively,
get it,
I
you
understand
get it,
what went
but,
down and why.
like, it being in a pivotal position that that
I
person
mean, yes,
was in.
it's not good. I'm not saying like.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like, I just don't know how it's gonna go, because you asked me of what I think about it, and like, honestly, he could come and talk to the manager, and I could still see that person getting fired. You know what I mean? But I could also see it going the other way. It's just it's up in the air right now. It depends on how that conversation goes.
Yeah.
And honestly, it depends on what mood both my manager and that person is in, and the day that it happens. So, but we won't find out till Friday. So,
Yeah. I mean,
it's insane right now, and that'll take us back down to where we're still stretched, like super fucking thin. There's just not enough people, and it's really draining everybody.
well, I mean, you guys hired a lot of people in the middle of coronavirus.
And we lost a bunch of people too, because school's starting back.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
Like
people getting fired.
people getting fired, school starting back, people getting their old jobs back finally because places are opening up again for real instead of just kind of. So I mean, you're gonna have a
Well,
lot of people
and
that couldn't work one place, moving to another place.
It's just like, I don't know if we talked about on the podcast that situation that happened the other day, where someone, not at Food Lion, but someone at another job had sold cigarettes to another person that was underage that also worked there, and both people ended up getting fired.
We did talk about it on the podcast. I think.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought we just talked about you and me, because I didn't really,
What do you mean, you and me?
like, just me and you, like, chilling, hanging out.
No, I mean, I don't mean like the other day. I mean, I think we talked about that
That
at some point.
situation?
Yeah, that specific situation. I'm pretty sure.
Are you here on the podcast,
I
or
think
just
so.
in general?
I think so. I don't know. My podcast and just in general have bled so into the same
I don't think we've
train
talked
of
about
thought.
that on the podcast.
We've definitely discussed it.
We've
Whatever
discussed
it was.
it in person, but I don't think we discussed it on here.
Okay. Well, Flint, do you remember that? Hello, Blake. Blake said shut the fuck up and have sex already. Well, okay.
Thank you, Blake.
Earlier, Blake came in the next chat and said, I want to have sex with Charlie Boy. And I responded, And I said, I'm down, honestly. And then some other random guy added both of us and said, nice. And all I could think of was like the 69 jokes where it's just like, nice, 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 nice. Like where it's like this, you know, the people in chat. That shit, I thought that was funny.
Nice. Let's see if I can get fucking, because I didn't finish doing the promos for us
Wow, that's
being
crazy.
live because I lost internet,
That's true. We did
Yeah.
lose internet.
so I didn't get to finish putting it.
Hopefully, by the way, everybody, that should be done happening tomorrow.
What, uploading or
No, the internet.
Oh.
Well, yes, hopefully the uploading. Hopefully I'll be able to upload everything very quickly tomorrow. Or not quickly, but just at all. I've been trying to upload the YouTubes, and they just keep getting reset because the internet goes out every like 20 or 30 minutes. By the way, the internet could probably go out 2 or 3 more times during this podcast. So just be prepared. If we go black and we haven't said goodbye yet, or we haven't like hinted at it being the end, just give it a minute. We should be back within 3 or 4 minutes if we go black. It's just a matter of my internet coming back on. So I'm sorry.
if we go black, we might not come back.
Back,
I did say back.
but not black. I didn't say black. Or if I did, it was an accident.
You did say black.
Go what? Did I say black?
Yeah, you said if we go black,
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
and I said if we go black, we might.
Hi.
not come
Hello,
back.
Marina. Copenhagen. Internet provided by Poverty Link. Yes. Might as well be. Fucking Comporium Internet is
Okay.
garbage. What? What
Sorry,
the
I
fuck?
was trying to get my phone to do a thing, and it wouldn't do it. So I started screaming in frustration.
That was your screaming of frustration?
Yes.
I wish we lived in a world where, like, we could, do, like, Inception and, like, go in our dreams and kill each other. Because I just want to hear what it sounds like for you to get killed. Because
Or like, you know how
You'd probably
did
be
you
like,
ever play the Lego Star Wars games? You know how
That-
like Obi-Wan sound like when he dies, he's like, oh. That's what it's gonna sound like.
Annoyingly, that sounds pretty accurate. How great would it be if we could just go into dreams and like kill each other? Wouldn't it be kind of fun? I mean, even our friend, like, I think I'd enjoy killing anybody. Like, if,
Ooh, I feel like,
like
it would
just
turn
just
into,
to know what it would finally be like.
I feel like it would turn into a Palm Springs situation. You know what I mean? Like how like that guy
Like
was just
oh, like
hunting
where we just
Andy
keep doing
Samberg
it?
down.
Yeah, that was such a good movie,
It
guys.
really was.
If you want an unbelievable like Groundhog Day scenario movie, watch Palm Springs on Hulu. It's like Groundhog Day in the sense that it's like, you know, the same day over and over again, but it's a really good twist like on it. Like not like there's a twist. Like it's a really good take on it rather.
Is the twist that it's Groundhog Day?
Yeah, sure. Watch it. It's got Andy Samberg, Kristen Milioti,
Kristen Stewart,
no, J.K. Simmons. It's really funny.
Tom Holland.
It's It's
Sorry.
really funny and like actually good as well.
It really
my
is.
boys, Ali Sahari. I know Ali Sahari. Do we
You
know?
do?
When do? Is Ali Sahari someone we know in real life, or is that someone who we've met through here, and I haven't seen in a
Ali
while?
Sahari.
Either way, it's good to see you because I know your name.
You know who messaged me today?
Charlie, you're not wearing your white hood this evening. What gives, Blake?
He's got a good point. You're
Oh
not
my
wearing
God,
your
I
white
ain't
hat.
watching shit until I finish Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I get that.
How far in are you though?
My dad loves Sons of Anarchy.
I liked it for 4 seasons, and then it got real
Weird.
not weird. It got the same. It just didn't change. Like nothing new was. I don't know.
You
I
know-
got really bored of it.
Can
Really,
I-
like, and that doesn't happen with me on good shows very often.
Oh, you
and it
didn't
was a
do The
great
Weather.
show. Oh, I didn't finish The Weather. Yeah,
dude,
the internet's
dude,
back.
The winner.
You haven't seen me in a while.
Get a
I
sweater.
thought so. Get a sweater.
Get a sweater. Cause the weather. I don't know.
The weather in Allegheny County, North Carolina. Get your phone away
My
from.
phone's not near
Where
any of the
is it?
wires. It's on the notepad.
Yeah, that's. It
I'm
doesn't-
using it as a sketching.
It's near this, near the mixer. That's the
What?
problem. It has to be near the
Are you
mixer.
sure it's just not my laptop being near the mixer?
It's the phone. Apparently, phones give off cell signals to the mixer. That's what Flint said that time.
You give off cells signal
Get
to the mixer.
Oh my god. I'm so I
I
hate.
love video games.
Oh.
Bro, it was your phone.
It's both of our. Well,
I'm
no, it's
pissed.
definitely yours
Mine
as
was
well.
you way farther away than yours.
It's still next to it, and the sound happens every
Oh,
podcast,
well,
and then you move the phone,
it's
and then it
crazy
stops.
because it hasn't made any noise since I put it back.
It only started making noise really loud when you moved your phone.
And
around.
your phone was sitting right in fucking front of it.
If it starts happening again, I want your phone until the podcast is over.
Nope, I'll put it in
The
my
weather in
suit pocket.
Allegheny County, North Carolina, is cloudy.
Thank you.
68 degrees Fahrenheit. What? What do you mean? Thank
Oh,
you.
She said my hair is awesome.
Oh, okay. How do you know it's a she?
Or he. Somebody said my hair is awesome. I thought it was
Ali
she.
Suhari.
I was said she because Allie, but that could be something else.
Precipitation was 15%. The humidity was a whopping 100%, and the wind was 3 miles
It's
per hour.
just walking through sweat, basically.
Yeah,
Guess what?
crawling.
Guess what, Charlie?
What, dude?
Guess what show's amazing is on
What?
Netflix. Cobra
What?
Kai.
I know. You've
I've-
told
I've
me
told
on
him-
stream now, off stream.
I've told him 8 times since I've got here, and this is the first time I told him on stream. But let me talk to you guys for a second about Cobra Kai. Let's huddle up and, really dissect it.
Right.
I haven't seen a show like this where, like, I was watching it and, like, you kind of feel like where it's going, but, like, also, like, you have no fucking idea what's going to happen. You know what I mean? In, like, a long time. And it's like it's like I was telling you earlier. It's like they captured the feeling of the first Karate Kid movie so perfectly, and then just kind of like flipped it on its head a little bit. And it's great. It's amazing. It's the best. I've never been torn by a show so completely. And
In terms
utterly.
of who you want to succeed.
Yes.
Not. What about Game of Thrones? You gotta admit, Game of Thrones
Game
definitely.
of Thrones, I was torn between 2 people that were already on the same side, though. You know what I mean?
Which ones?
Daenerys and fucking Homeboy with
Jon
the
Snow?
with the wolf thing
Jon
going on.
Snow.
Yeah.
They're the only ones. There were so many times in that show where I was like,
I never
"Ah!"
wanted like Cersei to win.
Well, yeah,
and
I'm
I
not
never
saying-
really wanted
Well, look, think about
anybody else to win.
what about like, I mean, in the spoiler alert for Game of Thrones, when Bronn and Jaime and Daenerys and the Dothraki are all fighting, when in season 4 when Jon and Ygritte are like on different sides, the Wildlings versus the Night's Watch,
I mean, that's,
like there's all kinds of moments
that's
where you're
being
like
torn in a different way. I'm talking about for one direct goal that like I just want each character to have a good happy ending, but they just all want to like fight
Hate
each
each
other
other.
and kill each other the whole time.
That's
when they-
pretty. That's
when-
pretty Game of
when,
Thrones.
but when they're so close to like getting along, like something
Yeah.
crazy just happens.
Okay, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. What else? There's other stuff like that for sure, where you're like, you just want everyone to have a good. You want everyone to be happy.
Kristen's the potty.
Yeah, you can just. Yeah.
Make sure you come in the right door this time.
What?
And
Smart.
she's gonna be
That'll
marking
work.
her trail on the way back. Just pee a little bit on the floor so that way you know which one.
Game of Thrones is a fucking disappointment. No, it isn't. It was to a lot of people, and
Bro,
I understand that.
bro.
I personally loved all
And
of
you
it,
know what the best
but I'm a
part-
nerd. I read all the books. Like I like it a lot.
You know what the best part is?
What?
They got both of the original actors for Danny and his
I
bully
do. I know
back.
that.
And it's so
His what?
his bully, I can't remember what his name is. All of
Oh,
a sudden it's escaping me. Johnny something.
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence.
Did you ever see the How I Met Your Mother episode?
Which one?
Oh my God.
There's one about Karate Kid?
Yes, about those two characters. In Karate Kid, or not in Karate, in How I Met Your Mother, Barney's favorite character in Karate Kid is Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny Lawrence?
Yes,
Yeah.
from Cobra Kai. And everyone's throwing him like a big surprise birthday thing, and it on purpose it goes badly.
Yeah.
Like because like Robin's throwing it or something, and it's like when they're dating. Spoiler alert for old show, for How I Met Your Mother. So they're doing the birthday right, and everything goes wrong. All these things go wrong, and at the very end, things start to go right. Like there's a clown there, and Barney hates clowns or something. But like he likes clowns, but like hates a certain kind.
Yeah.
And they know he loves Karate Kid, but they bring Ralph Macchio to the party like as Ralph Macchio, and like he's like really nice and awesome, and Barney's like, no, I hate you. And, like he's like, I hated Danny, I wanted fucking Johnny. You would know if you paid attention and all this stuff. And so like at the very end, as everything's going right, he's like, well, Robin, you almost made this awesome. You just messed up with Danny over here, Mr. Miyagi over here, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then the clown who's been miming the whole time starts talking and says, "That's where you're wrong, Barney." and it's him. It's Johnny. He's been the clown the whole time, and he starts taking his mask off slowly, and like Marty's like losing his shit. It's so, bro. It's it's so good.
There and like the thing about
It's like at the end of Signs when all the signs start coming together. Have you seen Signs?
no. We talked about this before. All I know
My-
is that the aliens don't like water or something like that.
Move your phone.
It's not my phone.
It's only. It has to be your phone now.
I
Your
think
phone's
it's
the
my
only one next to
laptop.
it. It's not your laptop.
It's gotta
Your
be.
laptop isn't giving off cell signals.
It should. Be.
It doesn't have a SIM card in it.
It does have a Blu-ray thing though.
It
Or
doesn't
not
have
Blu-ray,
a SIM card in it.
I could put one in it though.
No, you can't. It's
Oh,
not a
hey,
phone.
Did you get done with the mic? Or no?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Bro. But like they play off of each other so well. Like, what's his name that plays Danny and the guy that plays Johnny? Like, they play off of each other so fucking well. It's like, it's like almost like they walked off that movie set in the '80s and just walked right back onto it in like 2018.
I just hope they're,
whatever
like-
year they started, and it's like nothing has changed.
I just hope they're like Ralph Macchio. Like it's not like he's in stuff a lot. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's hard to gauge how good. I haven't seen those two guys in anything in a long time, so I'm hoping that they're gonna be good actors still, or is it a little campy? Because what I've seen, like in trailers and stuff, seems like it's gonna be a tiny bit campy, like a little bit like.
So
There goes the internet again.
I think they do a good job at playing what the show is going for. With
Yeah.
them. But
It's not like an
I
Emmy
wouldn't
contender
say
by any means.
I wouldn't say it's campy though. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, there's some like reoccurring jokes,
Oh my god, that was
but the
loud.
show goes in so many different like angles. Like it's fucking insane. Like there's been moments of the show where I'm like I've literally like looked up and like kind of like had like this smile on my face because of what I was seeing. Like that's happened so many times watching this show because of like whatever's been happening on screen. I don't want to like. I wish
Yeah.
you had seen it so I could
I
talk
know what you
about it
mean.
with you.
I know what
the-
you mean though.
the-
Other shows have done similar things.
And then
for
there's
me.
been so many moments where I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like that's fucking depressing. And it to me, a good show hits all those chords for me. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel sad. It makes me feel happy. It makes me really connect with the character. And this is sort of a spoiler, not really. What they do with Johnny's character is they really try to like let you see things through his perspective, even
Yeah.
going back to the original Karate Kid movie. And I think it's so good doing that because
Yeah.
it's like it really opens your eyes. As like,
Well, it's that classic thing. Like the bully is often bullied,
yeah, well,
and not like in the way you would imagine. Like
yeah,
there's something happening to cause that. No one's just evil for the sake of being
Yeah.
evil. That's not
and,
real.
and it's like
It's based on how you have come up. And Johnny specifically, his character, you can just tell is like a troubled character.
yeah,
Like some of the best characters ever have been like redemption arc character. Jamie Lannister, Zuko. I mean,
Boris from The Ranger's Apprentice.
sure.
You haven't
I
read it,
haven't-
but it's
no.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's characters in all kinds of shit that are just amazing. Like in general, like the character
Darth Vader,
Darth Vader,
Kylo Ren,
Kylo Ren.
yeah, Kylo Ren,
Kylo Ren for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot. There's a lot of characters and a lot of things that like some of the best characters ever started off as bad negative characters.
John Marston from Red Dead Redemption.
Sure.
Literally a redemption story.
Yes. There's more. There's definitely
Yeah.
it's countless, but
Walter White in a weird
eh,
sort of way.
more like Jesse.
Jesse.
Walter was the opposite. Walter went from like good guy to
Anti-redemption.
yeah, he went to like he became a supervillain, like a real hardcore,
which is
like
awesome.
actually a villain. It's awesome in like a really sad way,
Yeah.
but
It-
like it is still weirdly
and
awesome.
The thing I love about this show is like they kind of walk that line of like
You still root for him.
yeah.
You
well,
never don't root for Walter.
You never. Well, oh, I was talking about Cobra Kai.
Oh,
They kind of walk this line of like, is Johnny gonna fuck up and become like his old sensei, or is it gonna
is that
be
guy still alive? Like in real life, I mean,
yes?
he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to say anything. that
Yeah,
was
it's
gonna-
he's in the show, I guess. So he's in the show, and that's why it's a spoiler, and
he?
that's why you just said it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
He might be.
Here, let me start the stream back.
He may or may not be. I will not say yes or no.
Oh, turn green. Oh, okay, we're green. We
I
should
will
be
s-
live in a second.
Well, so since you do kind of know, yes.
don't say that though. Don't say anything else. Like I just
No. I just mean like.
and stream won't know because stream is just here and they
Yeah.
won't hear what we just said.
But it will
And
be
we don't want to
amazing.
spoil it for anybody.
It will be amazing.
Only YouTube will know
let
that.
Me, let me tell you, it's amazing.
Okay, just
All of it.
okay. Just for the people in stream, YouTube exclusive content. Whenever
Yeah.
this goes up, episode 91.
Ironically, about
It'll
a show
be a
that
minute.
started on YouTube.
Exactly. YouTube original. If you're here still, sorry, internet's garbage.
Look at you eating that burger. You look cute.
We will.
That's talking to Kristen, not Charlie. Although you look cute too, Charlie.
Thank you, Creighton.
I'd hit that ass all night.
Thank you. Anyway,
Are you okay? Did you hear that noise she made? She said, "Huh."
that was Evie. She's like barking in her sleep.
"Oh, that wasn't you." Oh,
Oh, well, Evie's also in her sleep.
is she snoring? Can barely hear it.
That's Evie's breath.
Barely, bro. We seem low too.
What? The black one. She's a nice cat.
That's racist.
It's not racist. You don't know what? I don't think you know what racism is. That's not racist.
I've seen racism. Bro, the thing, I just thought about something.
Tell me.
So, they make Johnny almost exactly the way he was in the original movie, and it's so funny because like he's having to adjust sort of to today since like he's teaching kids and stuff, and like there's this one scene where like he's
Because he's like 50.
yeah, and there's this one scene where like this kid is talking about like getting bullied and stuff, and he's like, "Oh my God, what are they doing to you?" And she's like, "Well, they go online, they call me a bunch of stuff, and like they hurt my feelings." And he goes like, there's this moment of silence, and he's like, "Oh my God, what a bunch of pussies!" Like, in my day, you had to make fun of people to their
Johnny
face.
Law.
There was honor in it. That's his name.
Oh wait, no, that's the character's name.
I was about to say Johnny Lawrence is his name. Or like Johnny
no,
Law would work
Johnny
too.
Lawrence is the character's name. It's shortened because it didn't make it name.
Yeah.
It made it name, and it got shortened. Sorry, that's what I read. I didn't see the ellipses. His real name is William Zabka.
What else has he been
What
in?
a great name. He is 54 years old. Wait, how old is Ralph Macchio? He's like 60, right?
No,
He's 58.
He's the same. I was about to say I think he's the same age or
Wow,
close.
they
to
were
the same age
both
as
old when that was made.
when Karate Kid was made.
Yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
they're
older than they look.
way older than they look. They're
Yeah.
playing like 16-year-olds, and they're like, I know that Ralph Macchio was like 31 in the first Karate Kid.
No, he's not for real.
Yeah, I mean, okay, how old is Karate Kid? Hold on.
The Karate Kid came out in like the 80s. There's no way he was that
Can
old.
you fucking work, computer?
Hey.
Karate.
Because the 80s wasn't 30 years ago.
Yes, it was.
It's 40 years ago now. Not 30.
The 80s, not AD.
What?
84 was 36 years ago.
Yeah, but it's closer to 40 than it is 30.
No, I mean, sure in fives, but not. It's still not 40 years ago.
It's closer to 40 than it is to 30. But it,
No, you can't. With time, you can't
but
round
if-
because
but if
it
he
hasn't
was,
been that
if he
time
was
yet.
30, my point is, if he was 30 when the first Karate Kid came out, he'd be in his 70s now, or
No.
close to it.
No, he would. Hold on. 84.
36
How old-
years, and if he was 31, then that's 67.
So not 70s. 70s.
Close to 70 is 3 years off.
It's 9 years off of what I said.
Okay,
It's
well-
less than 10 years off.
So how old was he then when the first?
He would have been 58 minus
36.
58 minus 36.
That's 22.
24.
24. wait. What'd you say? 56 minus 34 or 30? 56 minus 36.
58
58 minus 36.
minus 34. No, 36.
So yeah,
Yeah.
22.
22.
Yeah.
46, 56, 58. Why did my father lie to me? My dad said that he was like 30 when that movie came out. You lied to me?
I mean,
If you made it this far into this podcast, first of all, I'm
Charlie
proud of
did-
you for listening past the beginning. Second, How dare you?
Charlie.
This whole I've been living with a lie.
Charlie.
First of all, I thought Ralph Macchio was like 70 this whole time. He was born in 61.
Wow. I watched your world just come apart right in front of me. That's insane.
He looks good for 58.
My mom had a huge crush on him in the 80s.
Everyone had a huge crush on him in the 80s.
Yeah.
Did you see him in The Outsiders?
No.
Did you ever watch The Outsiders?
No.
With Pony Boy? You never watched The
No,
Outsiders?
I've never seen The Outsiders.
Creighton, how dare you? You have to watch The Outsiders.
What is Ralph? Wait, so what else?
Poverty Link, everything out of reach. Think of that. Yes, that should be fucking Corporeum's slogan. Everything out of reach.
What's Ralph Macchio been up to though?
Not much. I would.
He said not much.
I mean, like, let's see. Ralph Macchio,
He looks
IMDb,
good for a guy in his
late 50s.
late 50s.
Let's see. Other than Cobra Kai, he was in Kevin Can Wait, playing Alvidi, a TV series, in 2 episodes. I don't know what that show is. A Dog and Pony Show. Don't know what that is. Psych, the movie.
He's
Lost
in Psych the movie?
The movie. He plays Nick Conforth. Lost Cat Corona. That was in 2017. Before that, 2014, he was in A Little Game. And then he was in Psych, the TV series from 2010 to 2014, playing Logan Phelps and Nick Conforth. 2 people. Okay.
Who was he in Psych?
Logan Phelps / Nick Conforth.
Hmm.
He played Nick Conforth in an episode in 2010, and then he played Logan Phelps in an episode in 2014. He was in 2 episodes of the show. Then before that, he was in How I Met Your Mother, playing Ralph Macchio. He was in He's Way More Famous Than You in 2013. He was in Robot Chicken. He played Daniel LaRusso, Gibby, and the janitor in Caffeine-Induced Aneurysm. He played the voice. Happily Divorced. He played Frankie. God, he's just done a lot of nothing shows. I'm looking for anything other than How I Met Your Mother that I really recognize. Beer League. He was in Entourage, playing himself again. He's played himself in a lot of stuff.
Oh my god.
He was in My Cousin Vinny. He played Bill Gambini.
I know who he was in fucking
Psych.
Yeah.
Was he the character I said he was?
Yeah. So the episode that you're referring to, the guy goes back to train as a police officer for a little bit because him and Gus were just like fucking around scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then in another episode, which now that I think about, there was a lot of Karate Kid references in the episode.
Well, yeah, Ralph Macchio is in the episode.
Yeah. And then the movie episode, I believe that officer got framed for something.
He has more self credits than acting credits.
Of course he is. He's Ralph Macchio.
It's crazy how how one thing can really be your like.
I mean, if he's made a
Swan
living out
song.
of it.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a living. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy how one thing can be your, like, swan song, and you can do a bunch of other shit.
And what's the other guy been in?
God damn it, Blake.
What's his name? David.
Who?
The guy who plays Johnny Lawrence.
Hold on. William Zabka is his real name. He has been in... Let's see, what have you been in? He's been nominated for an Oscar.
For what?
Best Short Film Live Action in Most. Shared with Bobby Garabedian. I know that name. What do I know that name for? From 2004.
Oh, apparently he's trending right now, too.
Well, yeah, Cobra Kai is, like, about to start back up, I think. Here, let me see.
He's got 2 children.
Yes.
He's married to Stacy Zapka. They got married in 2008. He's younger than
Yeah, he's 54.
Ralph Macchio. Which you can't tell that in the original because he's
Not even a
so
little
much
bit.
taller.
So much taller and so much older looking.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a straight up man. And he would have been his age. He would have been 18 in that. If what's his name was only 22.
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird to me. Why did my dad tell me that?
Your dad lied to you. Maybe he was thinking about the third one
I guess.
because that's the only one that I could think of that would. Well, what's the years between all the Karate Kid movies? Hold on.
I think in the Karate Kid movie timeline, it's not that crazy.
No, because like he's going to college or something.
Yeah,
by
but
the
he's in like his last year of high school.
Is he?
in the first one. I think it's like
no,
not. It's
he
not.
just moved there, so he's in like his junior or sophomore year.
What do you mean? How? What does that? That doesn't have anything to do with age. Like you.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't have any correlation. He just moved, so he can't be a senior. He has to be at the beginning of high school because
Yeah.
no one moves after high school.
Okay, so
I moved in the same year of a year of school. I
no,
was.
no. I just mean like when he moves there, I think he's only in his junior year,
I don't know.
Or
I have no clue.
sophomore year maybe.
Let's see. What has he done after? He was in The Equalizer, the TV series from 85 to 89.
So part 3
Power Thin.
was in 1989.
Shoot Fighter 2. He was Ruben.
So that's only 5 years later. He'd be 27.
He hasn't done a lot either.
Your dad isn't that far off. He's 27 in the last one.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the time frame of the movies. Like in the movies, from like 1 to 3, how long has gone by in the movies? Has it been a year? Has it been 5? Has it been 10? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he's still playing like a 19-year-old when he's 27, that still isn't that crazy though. Because he was saying he was in like his 30s or some shit. Like what's his name that played Finn on Glee, the guy that died?
Mm.
He was playing a 17-year-old and he was like 30. He was actually 30 whenever he was like 31 or 2 when he died, and he was playing like a 18 or 19-year-old.
And then the next Karate Kid, which is Karate Kid 4, came out in 94.
So 10 years ago, How I Met Your Mother, he played himself, the clown, and William Zabka. So he played all 3.
Is he in? Is Ralph Macchio in Karate Kid?
I don't think so. I think that was like a fake Karate Kid.
No, it's not fake. I mean, so surprisingly, the Karate Kid timeline is pretty solid because each one is like the new one, like you said, is not Mr. Miyagi and it's not Daniel. The fourth one is about some other new guy new girl that Mr. Miyagi was training.
Oh yeah.
So like the
remember
timeline's
that
pretty
one.
solid. You know what I mean? As far as like all these things can exist
Did I
without
watch that
interrupting
one?
each other. I saw it like a long time ago on TV.
I feel like I did too. Was it good? I can't remember if it was good or not.
okay. It wasn't the original one, but I mean like
Did you ever watch the Lethal Weapon movies with Mel Gibson and
No.
Donald Glover?
Remember
Danny Glover?
we
Danny
had
Glover.
this conversation. I hadn't seen it.
Those movies. How many Karate Kids are there? 3 with Ralph Macchio with the Karate Kid, and then a 4th one with some chick,
Hilary
and then
Swank is in this one.
and then the 5th one, not the 5th one, but like the remake, was the one with Will Smith, with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. What is Hilary Swank the Karate Girl? The Karate
I don't
Lass?
know.
The Karate Kid.
Oh, I'm reading right now about it. Yeah,
We'll just look at the cast.
It'll
say who she
Okay,
is.
so he's not in it at all. He's not in the fourth one. But he was
but
33
Hilary
years
Swank,
old,
I mean.
and they were like, he's too old to reprise that role. She is 94 martial art drama starring Pat Marisha, how do you say that, and Hilary Swank. Yeah, she's the karate girl.
Pat
now.
Morita is
Hilary Swank is the girl that's learning karate in that movie.
okay. Hilary Swank's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
People, I feel like she doesn't
Have you
get
ever seen
enough credit.
Amelia?
No. Have you ever seen Freedom Riders?
I haven't.
I'm so glad Miss Allen made
Let's-
us watch that in
Let's
school.
think of other movies neither one of us has seen and ask each other.
That's not going to be hard for me. There's a lot of movies you haven't seen.
Have you seen?
I've only watched the one with Jaden Smith. I wonder if I should watch the rest. They're a
The-
little dated. Like, you'll watch them and be like, they feel
The
old,
first one-
but they're all really good at the same time.
The first one doesn't feel that dated to me. I mean, like, yeah, you could tell it's the 80s.
When was the last time you watched it? I watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Did you for real?
Yeah.
What's it on?
It was on some DirecTV channel. I was at work.
Oh,
It was really good still. It's like, I mean, it's
It holds
especially
up.
the end. Especially the end.
Yeah.
Like, the end is just so, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to say, it's really good.
What's the end of that movie? Is the end of that movie the scene in the parking lot, or is the end of the movie like him winning the trophy?
Him winning,
and then
yeah,
it freezes.
and it freezes. The parking lot is like picks up at the next movie.
Oh, really? That's the
Well,
part?
or the third movie actually, because I think the second movie is when they leave, right? And the third movie they're back home. I don't want to say where they get, because Allie is thinking of watching it. Nah, we're not really spoiling it. It look like the movie isn't about the destination; it's about the journey.
I thought the third one is the one where they leave.
Is there one? I don't know. Anyway, it either picks up in the second or third
But
one.
all the movies are canon to the show.
Yes, which is
Which
like what is
and
awesome.
It's
I
a
feel
really
like
yeah.
it's
a
one
re-
it's one reason I'm really excited about the show is that like
they can bring back elements from all those movies.
exactly, which is cool.
Even some of the newer movies if they really wanted to, because I don't think any of those
I think all the movies are canon.
That's what
technically.
I'm saying. Like, there's
Imagine
nothing.
they bring Hillary Swank on the Cobra Kai.
Imagine there's nothing like in any of the movies that contradicts the other one. You know what I mean? Not really.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, especially not the most recent one with
Because there's a whole different set of characters in that.
yeah. At the very least, it'd be cool if like Jackie Chan made an appearance.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's getting old.
Jackie Chan is in his 60s.
Definitely in
or
his 60s.
Because I remember looking up the other day because I was watching something about the
He
Jackie Chan
is-
anime show.
66.
Doesn't look a day over 50.
He doesn't look a day over 40. Like if you told me he was like 41 or 42, I'd believe it. He's 5'9".
Dude's a killer.
He's been married since 82. That's nice.
Aw.
He's been married for 38 years and he's 66.
I don't know. He kind of looks 50. I would believe 50.
I mean, yeah, I would believe it. I just mean like I would also believe 40.
I can't believe
Dude, did
40.
you ever watch Jackie Chan Adventures, the animated
That's what
show?
I was talking about. Like that's
Dude.
what I was looking him up for.
That show is so great. How many movies he has? How many credits does he have?
His head is
He has
full of
100
white-
And 42 acting credits.
Damn. Also references too.
He's making 7. He's in 7 projects right now. He's in a movie called Vanguard, a movie called Goodnight Beijing, Project X Traction, Once Upon a Zodiac, Rush Hour 4, Five Against a Bullet, and Shanghai Dawn. Okay, to be fair, in Rush Hour 4, he is rumored to be playing Lee, and it's only been announced. So like, out of these 7 things, 3 have been announced. One's in pre-production, one's in post, and 2 have been completed. Goodnight Beijing and Vanguard have been completed, but Shanghai Dawn has been announced. Is that really happening? And American Bandit, Roy O'Bannon. Is it Owen Wilson? Yes, it's him and Owen Wilson. I'm so excited. Did you ever watch Shanghai Nights?
No.
Brandon, you ever watch Shanghai Nights? It's so funny. Oh my god. Dude, you have to watch your old 80s and 90s like Jackie Chan like kung fu shit. Like it's just so, and karate like all these
watch
things.
The Way of the Samurai.
Way of the Samurai.
Or
Is that
40
like the super old one?
I don't know. And 47 Ronin.
47 Ronin's not good.
I heard it's really good. I think you're just wrong. Hey.
Way of the Samurai. A video game.
Is it a video game or is it a movie?
Way of the Samurai is a video game. Is it something else?
Maybe it's something else.
Maybe it's
I've only
the-
heard the name in passing.
Video game.
Maybe it's Way of the Dragon.
Are you talking about Crouching
Yeah, it's-
Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or
No, it's just called The Way of the Dragon.
The Way
It's got Bruce Lee in it.
of the Dragon? The 1972 film. Damn, that's an old movie. That's a 48-year-old movie right there.
Yeah. Still
The
holds
Way
up,
of the
though.
Dragon. Yes, that's supposedly it's rated R. It was rated R in 1972. Do you know what you had to do to be rated R in 72?
Jaws wasn't rated R. In
Bro,
74.
Jaws was rated PG.
And it has
Dude,
legs
there were some-
and children getting eaten.
Dude, there were like straight up like Western movies with like rape and like murders in them that were rated G back in the day. Like there was no rating system back in the day.
Well, you know,
And this was rated R in 1972.
you know
A
back,
man visits his relatives at their restaurant in Italy and has to help them defend against brutal gangsters harassing them. What makes it rated R?
probably because he rips out
Action
guys'
adventure.
hearts and stuff.
Action, adventure, comedy. Bitch. What?
What's it called?
One
Roadhouse is pretty violent and it's rated R.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. It's violent and
It's
rated
got
R.
people's throats being ripped out in it.
Yeah. That movie's ridiculous.
It's a good movie though.
It's a movie. I don't know if it's a fun, crazy movie. It's not like a good movie. It's not a bad movie though.
It's very to me it kind of feels
It's
like
very much like really awesome to watch.
it kind of feels like a western a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah. I feel like if it came out today, everybody would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a modern western." But like because of the time it came out,
I feel like if it came out today, it wouldn't be allowed. Like it's one of those movies where people like, oh my god, like the people would find
Yeah.
something to complain about it.
I'm surprised honestly that they get away with some of the stuff that they say in
Today?
Cobra Kai.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that thankfully, movies are starting to put their foot down on what they allow
Yeah.
again, which
It-
is like they're like, hey, fuck off. We're gonna
Well-
make our jokes and we're gonna make our stereotypes and we're gonna like tell our stories because this is real shit that happened and this is real. This is the way life happens,
Well,
and we can't change everything the way everyone wants because
the-
people are complaining about things
the
all the time.
first season came out, I want to say in
Sorry for my rants.
2017,
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
2017, 2018, which is still kind of like, I feel like people weren't, as what you're saying, leaning off of it. But there's like this one scene where he's on the phone and they're like, yeah, we take girls. And then you can hear the person on the other line say something like gender neutral or like something. It's like, gender what? You're fucking with me, right? And then he just like hangs up the phone.
Well, I mean that's his character.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I just mean like the stuff that
It
they
would-
get away with him saying is like kind of hilarious.
Well, it's because it's the reason movies and TV shows can get away with it is because it's all fiction.
Yeah.
So like the idea is to change from that, and like you have to give an example of what to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't just. God damn it! What was that?
You popped your
Are we
cherry,
still
Charlie.
live? We're still live. Oh, it's the fucking hard drive. It
Your
keeps-
hard drive.
Thank you. True. I was growing up with Jackie Chan movies way when he was playing Drunken Kung Fu Master. That movie's garbage.
What is?
I forget what it's even called, but that movie is not. That is not. No,
What movie's
dare you.
garbage?
I don't remember. He plays a drunk Kung Fu Master, and it's just
Isn't that just the
unless that's Karate
Kid?
Kid. There's another one where he plays like the drunk, like he has a kung fu called like, it's like drunk fu. It's literally like a drunken, like drunk stance. Like I forget
Or they could. You know what they should have done?
what.
They can't do this now because he.
I can't remember what
died.
it's called, but I didn't like it.
They should have taken what's his name that played
Miyagi?
Van Wilder or no?
Oh,
Van
who are you
Wilder.
talking
What's his
about?
name? The one that died.
Who are you talking about?
The guy that played Willy Wonka in the original Charlie and the Chocolate.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. They should have gotten Gene Wilder to play a drunken kung fu master.
Yes, Kristen. Pull that down. There you go.
Because it's like, because it's, you know that you've seen Blazing Saddles, right?
Not really. I saw it when I was very young, and I don't really remember anything.
It's hilarious. They're like, he's like this gunslinger that's really really good, but he's drunk all the time.
Yeah,
And they're
like Doc Holliday.
yeah, and they're like,
Have you seen Tombstone?
I've seen parts of it, and it's based on a historical event, so I know a little something about the actual history of it. But they're like, at one point he holds up his hand. He's like, look how steady that hand is, and the guy's like, oh yeah, that's a pretty steady hand. He's like, this one's my shooting hand, though.
Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
That's fucking
Val Kilmer.
yes, the guy that played Batman.
Yes, sadly.
The man he's. What do you mean? He was
He
an
was-
alright Batman.
He wasn't good.
He wasn't bad.
He wasn't Doc Holliday. For a guy like to me, like look, I like Val Kilmer, like as a person. Like I think the human Val Kilmer is like a cool
His
person.
lips look a little bit weird to me.
Well,
but I
he's
guess alright.
he's gone through some really sick. Like he's had some like he had some kind of crazy disease.
Oh.
I forget what it was. I read a thing recently.
Oh.
I can't remember
Did
what
it
it
have
is.
to do with his lips?
Not specifically, but that's a side effect. Is his face being all fucked up?
His face isn't like fucked up. I just meant like his lips.
It is
are
now. I
weird.
mean, like he.
Oh.
I think like from what I was,
I
what,
thought he
how it was
I thought
described.
he was very handsome as a man, but like his lips. Just
He is
to
a
me-
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday is like the most badass character I've ever seen in anything. Like top 5 characters of all time. Like he's so that movie. Kurt Russell is Wyatt Earp and Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday. Like, it's the most quotable movie I've ever seen.
Is Tom Selleck in that movie?
No,
What western is Tom Selleck in?
I don't know.
There's something like because it came on the other day after Blue Bloods, and I thought it was like Blue Bloods, but like some reason they're in the
Tom
past.
Selleck?
Yeah, and like, but what it was it was just a western that happened to have Tom Selleck in it, and I had just seen Blue Bloods, like a current episode of Blue Bloods that also has Tom Selleck in it, and I was like, did they go to the past? And then it was just like this movie's on now, but it's also Tom Selleck, and The man doesn't
Just for
really
his-
age. So
yeah,
like,
he's looked the same since he was fucking 29.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh shit.
How old is he?
I thought they were doing some really expansive things with Tom Selleck or with Blue Bloods as far as like being able to time travel and stuff.
Guess how old he is?
He is 72.
75.
Damn it.
He was born in He was born during during World War II.
What year was it?
45. January 45.
Towards the tail end of.
Well, yeah, it was still World War II.
I mean, but yeah, okay.
That's crazy.
Did he also have a mustache then?
Probably. He probably came out the pussy in a mustache.
Like a thick ass mustache?
Just a giant. That mustache has never gone away.
Mhm.
He's had that mustache forever. Thomas William Selleck is an American actor and film producer who has starred in a number of television series and films. His breakout role was playing private investigator Thomas Magnum in the television series Magnum P.I. You think they named condoms after Tom Selleck,
Yeah. I
right?
would. You
That was in-
You need a condom to contain that stash.
He's 6'4", and he's
Dude's-
still alive.
Dude looks built, by the way.
Yeah, he's jacked for like a 75-year-old, or at least he looks jacked. He might
Yeah.
just be a big guy and like be wearing the right shoulder pads. He's won a Golden Globe. Was it for what?
Like,
He won for Magnum P.I. He had all his Golden Globe nominations are for Magnum P.I.
couldn't you see Tom Selleck though, like playing like an old Bruce Wayne? Just a little bit.
I can see him playing an old Gordon.
An old Gordon.
He'd
I could-
kill old
I
Gordon.
could
He'd be
definitely
great
see
as
like
Gordon.
an old Bruce Wayne, because like a lot of times, like in those stories, Bruce Wayne has like a mustache, and it's always like, it looks to me just like fucking Tom.
He has an
Selleck.
Emmy win too for playing Magnum P.I.
But like only if his mustache was gray.
He has 4 nominations and 1 win for Magnum P.I., so 5 total. And then he was nominated for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series for Friends. And then in something called Jesse Stone's Sea Change, he was Outstanding Lead Actor in a miniseries or
What about
movie.
3 Men and a Baby?
What about 3 Men and a Baby?
Is it on there? Did he get
He has
nominated?
no
He
nominations
should've.
for
He
that.
fucking
That's not
killed it.
that's not like an Oscar winning.
It is
Actually-
though.
Maybe.
3 Men and a Baby is actually really like a really
3
fun
Men and a
good
Baby.
movie.
Let's see. Well, yeah, it's a good movie, but I mean, like, I don't know if it got any like
And then
Academy attention.
3 Men and a Little Lady.
2 wins and 1 nomination. Were any of them? No. The ASCAP Film and Television Music Awards. It was the winner of the top box office films. People's Choice Awards. It won Favorite Comedy Motion Picture, and then for the Young Artist Awards, it was the Best Family Motion Picture Comedy, but it was only nominated.
Damn. Well, at least you got nominated. All I'm saying is we need a remake of that. Like a
I think there is
continuation.
a remake of that.
We need like a show talking about like Tom Selleck, fucking what's his name that looks kind of like David from TV.
2020.
The
Let's
other
see.
guy.
3 Men. Zac Efron to star in 3 Men and a Baby remake for Disney Plus.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gordon Gray, who last made the Ben Affleck starring drama The Way Back, is producing. Zac Efron is getting in touch with his paternal side. Efron is on board to star in that. The remake is intended for Disney Plus with Disney's live-action division running point.
Speaking of Disney Plus, did you
Speaking
see
of-
there's a new Phineas and Ferb movie?
No, but I heard about it. Is it good? Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. It looks.
I'm worried.
amazing.
I
Why
never.
are you worried?
I just don't like when they bring back old stuff from the grave and
I
like
mean,
that ended well. And like
technically-
try and bank on it, especially Disney Plus. Like, I get like resurfacing certain things, like Star Wars, like going into new ground with like the Mandalorian. You're not picking up on
Yeah.
old shit, you know.
Technically, Phineas and Ferb didn't really end
Excuse me.
because it's like it did timeline wise, but like it's still going on with what's his name, Milo's Law.
I don't know what that is.
Milo's Law is by the same people who made Phineas and Ferb have crossed over with it multiple times. So technically speaking, it's still going
Whatever.
on. It is.
I get it, but that's like saying that Sweet Life on Deck is. It's like Sweet Life on Deck and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It's like we made a great thing and then we tried to capitalize on it for money, and just made it
I
bad.
liked Sweet Life on Deck. All right, there was a couple episodes that were pretty good. I missed the mom. And
Every episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was good though. Like that whole show. Seriously though.
every episode.
Okay, let's say there's 20 episodes a season, and there have. You know what are we saying? We have the numbers.
We have the technology.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
So, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Can you bring it up, show? IMDb. Oh my God! Please.
Come
Why
on,
is this
Charlie.
the
Why
last?
don't you just go to Disney Plus and see how many episodes they got? They got the whole thing up on there.
So, from 2005 to 2008, it was
Only 3 years? It seemed like it was long.
how many seasons? Please just show me. Okay, 3 seasons. Season 1 had how many episodes? Season 1 had. Why are these not numbered? Oh, this is pissing me off. How are these not numbered? This is gonna drive me bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You
7,
haven't
8,
even
9,
counted them?
10, 11. Okay, like 25. Oh, 26. It's like 26. So
Don't
you're
forget-
talking 80 roughly 70 to 80 episodes.
Don't forget the crossover episodes in the movie.
Fuck those. I'm talking about Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay.
70 to 80 episodes. Let's say for number's sake, it's only 70 episodes, right? In 70 episodes, like 65 of them are great.
Yeah.
There's only a few
I
not
never
great
remember,
episodes,
like,
and I don't remember any bad
I was about
ones
to say, I
specifically.
don't remember any bad ones either.
It's like Avatar: Last Airbender. There's like a bad episode, and it's not even bad. It's just not as great as the rest of the great episodes. All the episodes of Avatar are super great or or amazing.
Drake and Josh
except
is
for
also
one.
amazing.
Yeah, it's like all those shows were just banger shows
It's
every
such a
episode.
short show though. Like if you really
You mean Sweet Life?
No, Drake and Josh.
Yeah. How many seasons was it?
I think it's just like 3 or 4.
We have the technology here.
I mean, they're long seasons though. I mean, they're like 20, 26, 27 episodes each season. Well, no, the
4
first
seasons.
the first season is only like 8 episodes or something like that.
The first season?
Yeah.
4 seasons. The first season was 4, 5, 6. 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, season
And then it really
2.
got picked up for episodes in season 2, 3, and 4.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 in season 2. So that's 20 total episodes for season 1 and 2. And then 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18. So that's 38.
Mhm.
And then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 plus 38, that's 58, 57.
It's a short show though, compared.
Right?
to-
Like, and it feels like it was so much more of a show, right? For 57 episodes of something. That's like, it's weird how we remember our childhoods. You know, like one thing that seemed like it went on forever was only like Avatar. Dude, I remember Avatar: Last Airbender. Season 2 to season 3 felt like years, and it was like a year,
It was
like not
years,
even a
though.
year. No, it wasn't.
Oh really?
The show ended in 2008, and it started in 2005. And all 3 seasons had like 28 episodes. Like,
Damn.
isn't that weird? Like, it felt like it was so much more, like, longer than that, you know, right? Like, didn't it? Which is just bananas to me. Like, from season 2 to 3 specifically, I remember it feeling like it had been
It feels
ages.
longer.
It was nuts.
And then like it kind of feels like it wraps up sort of fast.
What? No. Really?
I mean, not fast, but like it's very much. It feels like the final level. You know what I mean on a video game.
Oh, yeah, it was the ending.
Yeah. Drake and Josh had 2 movies, or 1 movie and a Christmas special, but the Christmas special isn't that good. And it's when Josh is going through like his scene hair phase, so it's weird.
His what?
He has like scene hair. You know what that is?
No.
You remember like when we were in middle school and people were like combing hairs over their eyes and straightening the hair out really fast with a comb? It looks bad.
Okay.
He looks kind of like
I like the movie where they tried to hit the 2 guys in the head, and it didn't
that's
work.
the movie. That's
That's
just,
the real
that's
movie.
Just the
That was an entertaining movie.
that was just like
It
the
was
real
very
movie
dumb.
with no laugh track.
Yeah, it was really dumb, but also really good.
Well,
Like,
that's
it
how
was-
most
it was
Drake and
funny.
Josh episodes were.
Yeah. It was
Like the
entertaining.
Lucky Shirt episode.
iCarly was great.
iCarly
loved
was
iCarly.
long.
What do you mean?
It was good, but I mean, like it's longer than Drake and Josh, isn't it? I mean, that was like
Yeah, but that's
5 or
not
6
saying
seasons.
much. I mean,
5 or 6.
5 or
seasons?
6 seasons is like a normal good show of something usually. Like, it's weird that Drake and Josh was only as like the reason those shows get it was only 5 seasons.
The reason that show was short though is probably because the cast was already so much older when it started.
What do you mean, Drake and
Like,
Josh
yeah.
or iCarly?
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, exactly. Like iCarly, they got lucky in that it started when they were like younger, so they were able to milk it for like high school years
Yeah.
properly. Who played Gibby? Noah Monk.
And then his little brother played Guppy.
Guppy,
And
his
it was
little
actually
brother.
his actual little brother.
He's in the Goldbergs. He
Yeah.
plays Rob Smith. What's the Goldbergs?
The
I don't know what that
Goldbergs is a really good show. It's very Italian. It's about Pat. What's his name? The guy that you guys went and saw. That's supposed to be in
is. Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, it's about Patton Oswalt's childhood.
It is?
Yeah.
The Goldbergs is?
Yes.
How the fuck do I not know about a show about Patton Oswalt?
I'm pretty sure it's about Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt's always narrating it. Bro, there was a time whenever I would watch ABC, Patton Oswalt was pretty much in every show that would come up and come on in every lineup. Like he was in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was in the Goldbergs. He would have cameos on like The Bachelor and shit. It is crazy. It's like they were fucking in love with Patton Oswalt.
Wonder what his. See, this is how I know that shit is just not true.
What?
I looked up Patton Oswalt net worth, and I expected it to be wrong, but
Yeah.
this is just ridiculous. It says he has a net worth of $10 million.
Seems high.
That seems high.
Yeah.
The man is syndicated in like shows. He's in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a recurring character. He's a main character in King of Queens. He's a main character and the narrator, or he's the narrator of the Goldbergs. And if what you're saying is true, it's about him. He's probably an executive producer. He's been in bajillions of movies. He's done like 6 stand-up
Have you not
specials.
watched the Goldbergs?
I've
It's
never
really-
s-
it's
never even
really
heard of
funny.
it.
I haven't seen all of it just because I didn't sit down and watch it when it was on TV, but it's really fucking funny.
He has. Hold on. Where are you at?
Go ahead and finish what you were saying, though. Sorry. I didn't
But
mean to-
like 10 million is for syndicated TV show. He's probably worth ridiculous money. Not
is it
10
still
million.
going on?
10 million is not a lot of money.
Bro.
It is obviously, but it's not.
The Goldbergs is still going on.
Yeah, it's 2014 to 2020 so far. Patton Oswalt, he won a primetime Emmy for his special, but I mean look, he was in Ratatouille. He's been in a lot of movies. He has 216 acting credits.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of those are great.
Okay.
Insane
So it's not
things.
about Patton Oswalt. My bad. I'm sorry. He just narrates it.
Yeah.
But it's about.
The Goldbergs, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Will and Grace. That ended though. Big Hero 6, the TV series. He's in BoJack Horseman in like every season. He plays Pinky Penguin, Pig Doctor, and
He plays a bunch of people.
yeah, he plays a lot of people in that show. I mean, you're just talking about a guy. I mean, just his stand-up alone. There's no way he's only worth 10 million. It just doesn't check out for me. We meet again, boys. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
I don't know, dude. That just doesn't sound right. A lot of those celebrity net worths are just not true. Like, just not even.
Is the Big Hero 6 show good?
I've never even heard of it until now. I didn't know they
It's
made
got a
shows about it.
7.1 out of 10.
Then maybe it's good. Depends on who makes it. If it's the people who made the movie, probably.
The people who made the movie did a fucking fantastic job, and I
I
was
didn't like it when it came out, and then I watched it
What?
again and liked it a lot more. I've had a lot of Pixar
Why do
movies.
you like it?
I don't know. I
It's
just
not a
didn't.
Pixar movie though. It's like a Disney.
Normal Disney. Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the Disney movies.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
a lot of those movies,
It's
I
like
just
in
haven't.
the same vein as Zootopia, Moana, and I feel like I'm
Yeah,
missing
just
one,
the
but
other
yeah.
Disney
Yeah, go
branch,
ahead.
like normal Disney, not
Yeah.
Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't like it when it came out. I think I was mad that it beat someone at the Oscars that I did like. That's probably
That sounds like
it.
you.
I think it beat How to Train Your Dragon 2 for best animated film, and I think that's why I got mad because How to Train Your Dragon 2
That's
was
kind of like in the
amazing. How to Train Your Dragon 2 was like the Dark Knight for me, like of that
Really?
series. It was to be fair, I haven't seen the third one.
I haven't seen the third one, but I heard the third one.
I heard the third one's amazing as well. But the second one is like just so good. It's just such a good
The
movie.
second one is good. I'm not gonna
There's a
deny
moment.
you that.
the whole from the moment in the spoiler alert for How to Train Your Dragon 2, guys, and when he's like mad at his dad and he goes and flies away and just in anger and he's sitting up in the clouds with Toothless, and spoiler alert, his mom, like the other dragon rider, like just appears in the clouds, and like it's silent, and like just goes away, and he's like, okay, like from that moment for the next like 15 minutes of the movie, like the goosebumps, I already have them. The goosebumps arise, and they don't go away, and you're just like it's just every moment, every scene, like graphically, like for the time of, I mean, it's like 6 years old now.
Yeah.
Like the fire animation, the lighting from the fire and the dragons and like the stones and the gas and all the things that happen, along with the insanely good voice acting of both Jay Baruchel and Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett? No. What's her name? The lady.
Jennifer Aniston.
No. Fuck, I know her name. This is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. I Trained Your Dragon 2, 2014. 6 years old. What's her name? IMDb. Please, cast. Okay. Her name is... Yeah, okay, it was Kate Blanchett. Why did I think it was someone else? Anyway, those two voice acting with the rest of the cast, but specifically in those scenes where they're meeting, and it's been like his whole life. Excuse me. It is such an amazing
First
15 minutes, just in that 15-minute chunk, and like from the dragons him and Toothless going underwater and them saving him and bringing him to the cave, and like that, and then her introducing him to the world of the dragons that she knows, not that he knows, and he's already like well acquainted with them. It's been 5 years since the first one. Just it was so much better than fucking dumbass Big Hero 6 to me. And Big Hero 6 is great, but I just don't even kind of like it compared to How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Why it was like that?
What?
Look, I've seen both, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Big Hero 6 hit me way harder than I feel like How to Train Your Dragon 2 did. No, and
it's definitely to each their own in terms of
say-
what the movie says to them.
That's not to say that How to Train Your Dragon 2 didn't hit me hard. I don't want to underplay that Big Dragon 2 that How to Train Your Dragon 2 didn't like pull any punches of how it was hitting me. It fucked me up. But in terms of like who hit the hardest, I'm gonna say Big Hero 6. At least when I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and I've rewatched both a bunch now, but Big Hero 6 is like overall message. I just didn't like the overall message as much. And like they're both great messages, don't get me wrong. It's just like the way that Big Hero 6 ends, like it just seemed very much a one-off. And what I like a lot about How to Train Your Dragon 2 is there are lots of great messages in one movie, and it all is still part of a greater story. And it's just, I don't know. It's just...
Is the show canon to the movies?
I don't know.
There's
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
But the show takes place very much like after I would say within the first year of him.
Yeah, I'm
getting
not
the dragon.
1,000%.
'Cause
Big
he's
Hero
young as
6
fuck.
felt real. It's about the
Yeah.
journey, not the destination.
I agree
That's
with
true.
that.
That's true.
Big Hero 6 did feel more real to me.
But for me, the journey of Big Hero 6 just wasn't
it wasn't worth it.
worth any of it. Like, not wasn't worth it. It's still a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know.
I like watching them come together.
I did too. I like those moments. Those moments were great. Like, the great moments in Big Hero 6 are great. It's just the rest that I just kind of felt bland and stale to me. And How to Train Your Dragon
Is it
2.
the bad guy, you think?
No, I kind of like I like when bad guys aren't the focus. I like when they are as well. It's just they did a good job in that movie, the bad guy not really being the focus until the very last second, and then him kind of being a shitty bad guy. Like, I like that. I like that he wasn't like this big super genius guy. It just kind of ended up being this shitty
Scary mask.
and like the father like trying to get his daughter back. Like, I get that. I think it was a little bit of a cop out that it was so hard. It wasn't like super predictable.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, I feel like you almost need that to be predictable for it to be as good.
I gotta say, they totally had me as far as like thinking who was who.
Yeah. But like the thing with the brother dying was so unnecessary. In terms of like you obviously needed like a push to get going and blah 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 and all this stuff, but in the overarching story, like the brother died
depressing.
was just
It
really
made me
depressing.
So
Yeah, it
sad.
had virtually nothing to do other than, I will say, okay, I'm going to contradict myself really hard. Like, he needed to, like, what's the big white thing's name?
Uh, fuck.
Baymax.
Yeah.
He had to like Baymax, and Baymax was the last thing his brother made, so he has that big close connection.
Yeah.
Sure, I get that, awesome, but aside from it doesn't like that doesn't make up for Homeboy's death because Homeboy was awesome.
I think it's.
I don't know. To
and,
me,
and I like the moment too.
when the team comes together,
Well,
I
they
really
come
like
together,
that.
but then they go to the island,
yeah,
and then he just like gets fucking pissed and is like, kill him, like you know. What I
Yeah.
mean? And like almost like does it, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's that scene works so well.
See, for me, when I watched it live, I hated that scene.
Really?
Yeah, because of how it almost felt campy to me. It almost felt like too stereotypical of that scene that's happened in movies, you know? That thing like of the main character losing control. But it was a little kid. And I get it that it's like a kid doing it and blah blah blah. I understand all that now. And I understand I still understand it and I still don't like it that much, that scene.
And I like the repercussions of that, like because then he
Yeah.
goes to mess with Baymax's chips, and Baymax won't let him. open
Exactly.
up. I
Exactly.
like that it's a thing that he kind of has to deal with for a little bit.
Yeah.
I I really want to check out the show because I feel like that movie worked, but I feel like it would have been better.
I really
as a
hate
show.
when they spin the shows off and it like is unknown. Like I don't even know about the show.
Well, it's
or
on
the How to
Disney
Train Your
Plus.
Dragon.
I think it's all a Disney Plus original.
Yeah, but like all that stuff, like it's not the main cast still, and like
it might be.
I know there's no way they got T.J. Miller to go do that, and there's no way they got the main cast of that show, the movie, to go do the show.
The thing about
Maybe some of them.
I think what kind of restrains that movie is that it's based off a comic. So like it kind of has to.
That's one thing
work
I
around
hated
that.
about. Could you imagine crowd-funded Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra? Like if they just kept making it, like if it was crowd-funded, it would be.
I think we're gonna get it. I
What?
think it's coming. Legend of Korra, like a continuation of some sort.
Oh, maybe one day, but I mean like if it was crowd-funded instead of like
Netflix.
Netflix or anything like that. Like if it was crowdfunded, it would be fucking amazing, because like the creators would be in charge. Like if we just, like I wish there was more crowdfunded, like mainstream TV and movies,
Yeah.
like from our favorite shit, like where they didn't have to buy the rights.
Sort of like what YouTube's for in a way. Or
Sort of, but
Or-
YouTube, it's like
YouTube's gotten so censored over the years.
that too. Like YouTube's all about their own ads. Like to put out a TV show, it's just hard to. You'd have to have ridiculous funding, like for crowdfunding. Like the reason that Dota 2 until Fortnite, Dota 2 was the most had the most money put into esports ever because it was crowdfunded. It was crowdfunded esports, and like I think that the year before Fortnite or the same year that Fortnite had its $100 million, it had like 31 or 39 million dollar prize pool for its competitive field, and that's because it was all crowdfunded. It was all the fans, and that's because Dota 2 is just ridiculously popular.
The fans.
The fans. But then Fortnite was like, fuck off, and was like $100 million for the first year. And like now, like Call of Duty's got big. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's not Dota big, but it's like getting big in terms of the prize pooling and everything. But in general, esports, like it's all getting huge funding because
Every sport.
gaming's getting huge, like way bigger than it's ever been. Mainly because people like you and me, like not you, but like you and me, as in like the general you, is like watching it more and wanting it more and like understanding what it's
What-
worth and what it is.
What does esports stand for? Like, what does the E in esports stand for?
I don't know.
Is it electronic,
Maybe. Hold on.
or is it like everyone? Like everyone can play this. No matter like if you don't have like all your like if you're missing one arm and one leg, like there's a way we can make
Electronic sports. Esports stands for electronic sports. The word esport is used to describe and video game that has a professional competitive scene. Okay. The most popular esports are League of Legends, Overwatch, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Overwatch makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, League of Legends and Counter Strike are definitely the two way bigger than Overwatch in terms of, like, Counter Strike's like 25 years old or something. Like it's almost as old. Counter Strike's really old. Like maybe not 25. It might be like 20, like 15 or 20. Hold on, let me see. God damn it.
Come on, Charlie, get it together.
So 2000, yes, 20 years old.
Mhm.
Counter Strike came out November 8th, 2000. So it's almost been 20 years since Counter Strike came out.
Damn.
And it's been an esport for a long time. Mike was in competitive Counter Strike like 15 years ago. He was on like a ranked big team that like played all the main big. He was one of the bigger ones. He was ranked number 3 in Rock Band on the planet
Damn.
for like a long time. Like him and his friends.
Now what is what about like games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that? Where do those fall under? And
They're not competitive. Like they're like that's just like group play. That's like you, me, and a bunch of our friends get on and play. There's not like competitive World of Warcraft because there's not like a multiplayer competitive atmosphere. There's not like a ranked system. It's
I
just
wonder-
like characters.
I wonder
It's like Borderlands.
I wonder if there's one like for Wizard 101 because there are elements of that you can play against each other like dueling.
Yeah, but like it needs the numbers, and it just doesn't have the numbers or the like. It's skill based. Like it's one thing to have one-on-one things. It's another to have like actual skill based where there is a competitive edge needed, like a game of skill. Like it's one thing if it's chance, like poker. Excuse me. The reason poker is a sport is because it's a game of skill. Like you can have a competitive edge if you're better because you can get better at poker. It's not all just random and chance. Like you can play it mathematically and win, like chess. And that's like where certain games, like sure there are a lot of games that there can be players who are the best, but they're games like Call of Duty, League of Legends, Overwatch. It's the what's the word? Intricacies that make it so hard to have like everybody have like a level cap. You know what I mean? Like everyone could be the highest level, but the best players in the world are going to be better than everyone. You know what I mean? It just depends on there's so many things at stake. I mean, if like you and me, if we had the best players at Pong, like there's going to be 5,000 players who number 1 and number 5,000 like of the best, and like if 10 million people played, the top 5 or 10,000 would all basically be just as good as each other, because you can only be so good at Pong, because there's only so much to do on Pong that can make you good at it. You know what I mean? Call of Duty, you're talking about not leveling up, having guns, having them stacked a certain way where you have different attachments on certain maps that you know all the angles on, you know all the routes, you know how fast to go at certain points, you know when to jump, you know when to shoot, you know when to pre-fire. Like, same with League of Legends, you know when to get in the bushes and stay there and hide, and where to put your fucking, I forget what they're called, like your totems or whatever that like lets you see what skill tree to go game to game, and which characters to play, and which lanes to play them in, and when to rotate with your team, and when to go get the dragon, and to get all the things that give you all the powers, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to have ridiculous amounts of intricacies in an esport to make it a competitive esport, not just the, like, one-on-one player versus player aspect of it, because there's plenty of games that have one-on-one player versus player that don't have a competitive scene. Like, even Gears of War. Gears of War, by all means, is a very competitive game, but it just doesn't have the crowd. People just don't watch it. Like, competitive Gears of War, like, really, like game day Gears of War Grand Championship gets, like, 5 to 20,000 viewers.
Really?
Yeah,
That
like
seems
nothing.
low.
Call of Duty's Grand Finals was yesterday for Call of Duty Champs, and I didn't get to watch it live, but the day before, it had 150,000 viewers at the start of the stream, like as it was starting.
Mm.
And I only got to watch the first, like, 20 minutes. So, like, it probably only built as the night went on. Like Call of Duty's getting bigger again, thankfully, because it got franchised and because it's, like, good again. Like, it's not, like, good in terms of the game, but good in terms of, like, the competitive atmosphere. League of Legends is never going away competitively. It's, like, the biggest one. Overwatch is just awesome, so people want to watch it competitively. Counter-Strike's awesome to watch competitively because it's very well mapped out competitively.
I can't wait for Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is
Yeah.
exactly. I'm hopeful that they don't like
Screw the pooch.
Screw the pooch. I'm hoping it's literally just Overwatch,
But with the story.
but with the story, like, and the multiplayer, like
The-
all the same multiplayer except maybe some new multiplayer modes. That's
We've-
what they've kind of been asking for, which
We-
would be cool. Which
yeah.
they've shown one so far.
We've talked about.
Hey, Katie. Katie's
Hey,
back.
Katie, what's up?
Derp. Yes.
Hey, so we've kind of talked about before, but like, how disappointed were you when you found out Overwatch wasn't a story game?
I was fucking devastated. The trailers for Overwatch
Look-
and the like stories, the mini story videos, are amazing.
And they have it's a great.
You know what they've done? Genius. You know what the genius behind Overwatch is? They've made a game that people want a story for so bad that we play the multiplayer actively and consume every piece of YouTube content that they give us because of how much we want the story. Their YouTube videos, I've rewatched little 5-minute videos fucking 20 times because of how good their little story is. So many people know everything about Overwatch just because of how good the little bits of their story is. Like,
and
it's
the little
so
bits
good.
of information they let leak through certain like event things or whatever that have like their own mini stories.
Exactly.
Like it's great. It's amazing.
You can screw my okay, Jesus Christ. $34 million prize pool. Exactly, for Dota. It's a lot of money for being good in a game. Yeah, I mean, you can win crazy money right now for... Dude, Call of Duty's getting ridiculous on the money. Like, they're constantly having, like every other day, there's, like, a $20,000 to, like, $100,000 tournament for Call of Duty Warzone,
Maybe I should
which is the
just
BR.
quit my job and get really good at Call of Duty.
No.
Yeah.
You haven't been playing long enough. It's just not gonna... You're not gonna... You're too old now.
No, I'm gonna do it 'cause fuck you, Charlie. I'm gonna
Okay,
get in.
okay. You know what? I'm not going to argue this. I don't feel like logicking my way out of this one. It's going to take too long, and I'll be too tired by the end of it.
I had some really cool topics I want to talk about, but I want to save them for when the internet's not fucking up.
Yeah, hopefully, and literally as you said that, the internet
Yeah.
went out. Let's wait until they come back,
And then
and we'll end it, say goodbye. YouTube exclusive for a minute here, though. So, hey, YouTube, again,
What's that?
if you guys are here.
Maybe.
Oh my God. Actually, what I might do... fuck it. I'll stay on until that. Okay, that'll look really cool for them when they come back. Please be careful with those and don't let them... Actually, no, take them off because they are going to bend that way. And I don't want... They're already...
so much better, Charlie.
They're already old, and I don't want them to break yet
You're
because they're
old.
very good audio quality still.
You're old,
Just,
Charlie.
yeah.
You're
just
an
do that.
old man.
I am an old
Living
man.
out a young boy's dream. Dreaming about young boys or whatever you do.
YouTube exclusive content, I am going to explain this to you now since, like,
What is it?
the you not being able to play competitively.
Oh, I don't care. I'm on to something else now.
What do you want to?
Dude, I was thinking about karate. Just 'cause of Cobra Kai. It looks so fun. Like, I wish I had stayed in karate a little bit. But
We need to do jujitsu.
you said yourself that karate is not like a good fight. What'd you say? Good fighting technique to learn or something?
Well,
like
it's not that it's not good. Like, I'm sure that a black belt in karate is a fucking legend. Don't get me wrong. But for all the things that you can learn, karate is like, it's cool and it's fun, I'm sure. But it's not like the best one, probably.
What do you think is the best one?
Probably, jiu-jitsu is probably number one. But there's a lot like it that are great. Like, Muay Thai is amazing.
Gesundheit.
Jiu-jitsu is amazing. Taekwondo is amazing. And there's probably a lot that I can't even say that that I don't even know that are even better, but I know that jiu-jitsu specifically is probably the best one
That's
for
the one they
fighting.
teach soldiers, right? Jiu-jitsu.
I doubt it.
There's some fighting thing that they teach, like Navy SEALs or something.
Oh, maybe Navy SEALs, yeah. Maybe jiu-jitsu for them. I mean, it's not like all soldiers. I think soldiers are taught some hand-to-hand stuff, but not like nearly as much as they're taught about weapons. Like, they're not nearly as much weapon training. I think that all cops should have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And I'm only saying that because Andrew Yang and Joe Rogan said it.
Yeah.
Because those guys are legends. Like, they know their jiu-jitsu. And a purple belt is basically a black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's just a lot of training and a lot of, like, self-defense that you need to know. I mean, it sounds right to me. I mean, like, stuff like that, like, for police, especially with all the shit going on, like, we definitely need to take another look at our police system.
I don't want to go down this path right now.
Oh, we're not going
Is
down a
that-
path.
I know.
It's like a branch on
No,
a
no, no,
tree.
no.
We're looking
I
at
get it.
we're looking at like a leaf on a branch.
But it
all
bleeds
I'm
in-
saying,
it
yes, but
bleeds
look,
into
it's the end of
some
the
stuff that I
podcast,
wanna
so
talk
we're not
about.
going to. We'll talk about it
I
later then.
know. I want to talk about it tomorrow if
Okay.
you guys get the router thing fixed. 'cause,
Okay.
like,
Well,
that's-
I'm gonna talk about it for a second, and then we'll maybe cut in and out of it tomorrow.
okay.
But I think that one method, and this is obviously a conversation that can go every fucking direction nowadays, but one thing we should probably do to fix any problems that there are in the police would be to just train them better or have them train at all. 'Cause, you know, police train like 6 hours a year.
It's not good.
It's not like anything. It's like they don't train at all, basically. And they should train like a fourth of their job at least, like of on time, like of them
But
being there.
You know what part of that, why part of the argument is in that? It's like, why raise taxes? We don't want to raise
We
taxes.
wouldn't raise. The problem is that money should be going there anyway.
It should be, but
That's the thing, it's not.
because
We need to figure. We need to solve corruption.
because instead of
Welcome back,
instead
everybody.
of,
Sorry, the internet
like,
was garbage.
raising taxes to improve police training, we're having people raise taxes to increase their salary. Not police salary, but their politicians' own salary.
Yeah, exactly. It's just all it's
And
going to come
it's-
down to.
it's
All it's
dumb.
going to come down to is the right politicians putting the money in the right places.
Just like
It's
the
not about
whole-
raising tax. You can only raise taxes so much before
Yeah.
people understand what's happening. Like the problem is that money isn't going. Like our courthouse didn't cost $100 million to make, or 30, or whatever it was that was said was made.
Yeah,
Like stuff like that.
there's no way it costed that much.
There's no way it had to
I
go.
mean, it's a big courthouse, but
but it's not that big.
It's not 30, whatever you said, $30
Yeah.
million or whatever.
It's not like ridiculous. If anybody can hear us, we're back. We were gonna wait just to make sure you guys knew it was the end
Anybody
of the podcast.
within the sound of our voice, we love you.
We love you guys. Ali Sahari, if you're still here, we love you. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here as long as you've
Come
been.
back tomorrow. We're gonna
Katie,
have really heated
Kevin.
topics.
Probably.
Yeah, when we get a fucking good router.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
We have to go and like do it and see if it works.
A big router,
I don't know about that.
the biggest router you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Charlie's gonna deep throat it live on stream.
It's not true.
And that's the build up.
We love you guys.
The
We'll see you
biggest,
later. We love you
longest router
guys. We'll
with the
see you later.
widest bandwidth.
I hate you so much. We love you guys. We'll see you later. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. YouTube, whenever you watch this, it's been forever since this
Since
probably
you
went up.
upload,
Well, who knows? Maybe if we get the
Yeah.
router tomorrow, I'll be able to upload everything up
it's-
until this
it's
one.
gonna Wi-Fi all in his mouth.
Goodbye, everybody. I hate you, Creighton.